why can't I be silly at work? What would make work more fun for me? And there's a little bit of resistance there around, oh, I can't show up in that way. If I giggle too much, maybe someone won't take my opinion seriously. I'll lack authority if I'm not always by the book, very firm, shoulders back, presence. And I just want to say that your silliness is important. Introducing levity into serious and not so serious situations. Being silly allows others the permission to play. As long as it's with good intentions and you're showing up as you are and something that feels natural to you, I'm hopeful that you find yourself in rooms where your silliness is respected and welcome. It's important to note that there's so many different parts of us. There are the serious parts of us. There are the silly parts of us. And I like to think of these two parts of me, which is of many parts, a silly goose, and then there's this wolf, lone wolf energy. And in professional settings in the world we inhabit, I feel like the wolf comes out and is doing its job to protect me, to protect the silly goose. And as a result, you just box that fun energy up. And everything that you say just sounds like some sort of repeated, boring, acceptable thing to say. And you're not adding anything to the conversation because it doesn't feel natural to you. It doesn't feel like your own voice. Fun and playfulness is part of how I interact with the world. That really enriches my life. And silliness helps me do that. It helps me to stay loose, to stay open to possibility, because you never know what's going to happen when you're playing around. And play is so important to human development, so important to us building relationships with one another, building a sense of camaraderie and teamwork. Play is the field for that. And when we lose this sense of play, how are we able to get in touch with our creativity? Where does that live now? Where does it all go? So I encourage you, if you find that your silliness or playfulness has been stowed away for a while, to see how you can invite just a little bit of it back into your daily life. And it can look like a million things. Just giving yourself a little bit of space to ease into your day, to see what happens, to let go for just a moment or two, whatever feels natural. And instead of leaning too heavily on that professional, fully sanitized, organized side of you, allow yourself to step or just dip a toe into that silly side. When you do something that's fun or maybe a little bit awkward and uncomfortable at first, oftentimes it's awkward and uncomfortable because you're not owning the fact that you're a beginner or that there's no stakes. And noticing that if there is a heavy sense of aversion or friction to showing up as the beginner, being a little bit more silly, letting go a little bit, just notice it. Notice what is coming up. Do you feel that in your body? Is it a sense of heaviness? What will others think about me? Oh God, I'm doing this all wrong. Replaying some messages that you've played in your mind over the years. You only get one opportunity at your life, undetermined amount of time. Today, tomorrow, 60 years from now. Nobody knows. So where are you in trying to make it as fun as possible? And asking that question, by whose standards? There's an endless list of things that I find fun. Actually, doing this recording right now is kind of fun for me because it's new and because I'm a beginner. When you are more silly, you bring light into the room. When you offer a smile to someone else, when you show that you're listening to them, when you respond in a serious situation that could have a very deep negative response, you breathe, recognize what it is, and you show some levity back as your response versus a very charged emotional response, there's an immense amount of power in that because you're showing everyone else what's possible. There's something unique within you that no one else has. You're one, not even just all of the gifts that you have, but the one thing that you have right off the bat that you can't tell me you don't have is your life experience and how important and how rich that is. And if I ask you about your life experience and you go, oh, yeah, I mean, it's just not that important. I really haven't done anything. To whose standards have you not done anything? And if you're thinking about celebrities or someone you admire, comparison's the thief of joy. And the goal here is not to be them, it's to be you. And so who are you? Are you more silly? Do you feel constrained in more professional environments where you can't show up in a maybe more light, fun way? Or maybe you can show up in that way, you just don't think that it's possible for you. It's okay for other people to do it, but not for you. There's too much risk involved. And so with a lot of these videos, there's going to be moments of asks around, asking yourself by whose standards, asking yourself what's important to you. My guidance to you is just to know that about yourself and recognize where you feel comfortable and where you might not. And what can you do to be in more spaces that are more comfortable? And not comfortable in the sense of keeping you small, keeping you in a little box, but finding the people that see you for you, respect you for you, see that drive, see the work you put in, see the spark that you bring. Those are the spaces that you grow in. Those are the spaces that you can spread your roots down. Those are the spaces that you can really be with other people and other people who stretch you a little bit. They're going to challenge you. It's not always giggles, but it is supportive. And so what's the difference there? How can we show up more fully as ourselves? How can we bring more of who we are into every moment? I want you to know that you can experience a little bit of range in your life. You can have a little bit more fun with whatever it is you're doing. You can ask yourself, is this working in my favor? Do I feel like I'm able to really dig in and take a big bite out of this because I'm excited? Are you excited? When was the last time you were excited? Something I've been asking people more recently is, what are you excited about? Instead of asking them what they do for work. Because I find that to be a boring question. And while some people have that connection right away to, oh, I'm so, a lot of our identity gets tied up in what we do. And I want to know what is exciting to you. What's at the deeper core? What are you loving right now? Give me all the recommendations. But ultimately, what I wanted to spend 10 minutes talking about was silliness and how there's a space for your silliness. It's welcome. It's good to bring a little bit of joy to the world, even if you do it in your own way, which you will. You're not going to do it in anyone else's way. When I chop it down, I'm hopeful that it will end up being roughly 10 minutes of conversations about being your silly self. But again, if you made it all the way through, this is an experiment. I tried to write out a script today, and I was like, that just didn't feel right. So I'm just going with the flow here, and we see what comes out. So again, I've made a commitment to myself for talking about topics I care about for 10 minutes for the next 30 days. See you tomorrow for day 3, and stay silly.